CBG News. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it.
Hi everyone. Hi everyone. What's going on? What's going on, everybody? Y'all, make sure you hit the like button as you come in. Child, if I do this, it'll work. But when I don't do this, it don't work. I don't understand this, Mike. Hey, Lindsay, how are you today? How are you today, Lindsay? Thank you so much for coming in, okay? We appreciate you guys. I appreciate you guys supporting, man. I know I don't really go live a lot, but the time I do go live, I swear you some of you guys be the first one to show up, and I appreciate it from the bottom of my heart. To thanking you guys for you know coming on and supporting me. If you can't do anything, please share it out and hit the like button, please. It don't cost you nothing. It don't cost you nothing but a few seconds. So if you spending time with me, if all I ask is just hit the like button, please. And if you want to share it out, share it out. Um, I'm just waiting a few minutes for some people to come on, and then some people to get on here, and then we're going to get in. Sometimes the first show be the first to fall asleep. Well, if you fall asleep, if I put you to sleep, sorry. Um, um, it's all right though. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate you for the time that you do come. Um, I appreciate it. I do appreciate you for coming. Hey, Coco. Hey, Coco Butter Barbie. How you doing today, Coco Butter Barbie? Thank you for coming in. This is your first time here. We want to welcome you here. Um, I understand, Chuck. As soon as I pop off here, I be sleep myself. I honestly do be halfway sleep myself, but yeah, we got some stuff we're gonna talk about, and we all can have an opinion, and we can agree to disagree. I definitely want to say that. Hey, King Chris, um, because I have two stories that, whoo, one story is like, is one story is about a lady. Shout out to Bacon with Charlene, y'all. She sent me this. And shout out to King Chris. And then I have another story that I'm looking into that was given to me by the McCray Kings. I'm still researching on that. But these two, um, we have to talk about. Okay. 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 Hey Reese, how you doing? How your day been? Oh, Delala, what good? Okay. Okay. You just started a new channel. Okay. Okay. Well, if you want to just go ahead and hey, if you need some, if you're doing content, because I'll send people your way if you need, if you're doing content, I'll send people your way to help you out. That's what we all here, we all can win in the YouTube street, because it's all a struggle to get subscribers. I swear it is. I lost 10 last week. Still crying about it, but that's all right. Um, so um y'all, I definitely want to say, guys, that in the next maybe month, I am gonna just pull my YouTube down maybe 2 or 3 weeks, 2 to 3 days. It's down to 2 to 3 days for sure. Okay. Cocoa Butter Barbie. Let me model. Let me see. Hey Edward, how are you? Yes, it is. Let me see if I let me find you right quick. I like your name, Coco underscore Barbie Butter underscore Barbie. And y'all, make sure you guys go subscribe to Baking with Charlene. She is a great content creator. She cooks, she bakes cookies, pies, whatever you could think of. Surely do. And I just subscribed to you, uh, Coco Butter Barbie, Delilah. Um, let me let me drop your link, and y'all make sure y'all go subscribe and give her support as much as you possibly can. Let me drop your link, and y'all make sure y'all go subscribe and give her support as much as you possibly can. That I'm gonna pin your link, Delilah. I'm gonna pin your link. Hold on. I'm gonna pin your link, Delilah. Hold on, child. Let me be quiet. Hey, Kenneth, the Kentucky fam. Thank you for coming in. Um, Thank you so much for coming in. Make sure you hit the like button. Let me unpin this, and then y'all, the link to Delilah. Her name is Coco Butter Barbie. That's her link. Y'all just go and thank you, Chris. Thank you, everybody. Please go subscribe. Help her out. We all here. We can all support each other. Um, we all can support each other. Welcome in, Kenneth. How are you today? Kenneth, the Kentucky fan. Thank you so much for coming in, and make sure you want to make sure you hit the like button on your way in, please. I do appreciate you if you do that. Y'all, like it's two stories that you know. Oh, let me drop her link right quick. I think that any content creator that give me content, make sure y'all go subscribe to King Chris World. Let me get all my people. Um, this is let me drop all the people. Make sure you go with Baking with Charlene. If you haven't subscribed to King Chris, make sure y'all go do that. All right, Chris, I see you. And that's all the fam. Any other content creators, uh, make sure you guys go subscribe to. I do want you guys to go. I guess, well, make sure you guys go subscribe to these people. I have dropped in the links. Make sure you All right, y'all. That's all the people right there. That's all the people right there. That's it. That's all. But make sure the pin one you guys go subscribe to. Make sure you guys go subscribe to Delilah. Um, so on tonight, y'all, we're going to talk. We have two stories we're going to talk about on tonight. The first story, um, wow, the first story. Which one should I do first? Because both of them is just tragic. I'm gonna show this video. I'm gonna show this video of this woman, y'all, of this lady being thrown off a DC uh like metropolitan bus. Hey Justice Jenny, how are you today? Everybody coming through. Um, Chris said, please vote for him for Chris. Chris said, please vote for him for president. Y'all vote for Chris for president. Okay, y'all. So let me see this. Hold on. Okay. Her name is Kyla Thurston. I say she's a lady in her I say that she's in her late in her I say that she was a woman. Her name is Kyla Thurston. She was a woman that was attacked and pushed off a DC MetroBus and states here that she hopes that this doesn't happen again. I'm going to show the videos, y'all. She was thrown off the bus by disrespectful teenagers. They literally pushed this woman off the school bus. All because she asked them to stop cursing and being disrespectful. Um Yeah, I'm gonna play this video. Please, thank you. Um, I don't. Let me say this, and maybe I'm just being a little premature with this. Um, I don't know what's going on with this society of children these days, because I know that I wasn't raised with a silver spoon in my mouth. My mom did not allow me or my brother or my sister to disrespect nobody. We whooped. Now, I don't whoop. I'm going to say this. I don't whoop my children as much as I got whoopings, but I know that they do need to get more whoopings. But like, when has society gotten so bad that it is okay to just feel like it's okay to kick a person that is your elder off the school, off a metropolitan bus because she asked you to stop being disrespectful? And then y'all think it was a group of children that was, I'm gonna show the video in a second, that was that pushed this lady off the bus. They they stomped on her. It makes me mad. It made me kind of emotional because what is going on with our society of children? Do we need to go back to the olden days? Um, y'all, I'm just gonna play this video. Coco, no, it's not okay, Miss Janie. And you right, Coco, Delala. I smile and just nod my head or something. But I teach my kids like I don't disrespect people and stuff like that. When my kids are around, I don't, I try to keep my kids from saying disrespectful things. Can I prevent my kids from being around? Like, I can't prevent them from seeing everything in the world, but me as their original parent, the parent that has them all the time, I try to keep them in a functional environment. My kids, when they listen, yeah, I cuss. It ain't cool, but I don't disrespect other people of authority. I don't listening to all that cussing and rapping. I don't have a lot of drama going on in my life. I try my best to pay attention to both of them. I keep them in something so they can look forward to something. You know, they're going to be introduced to sex, alcohol, and drugs anyway, even if I try to prevent it or not when they get out here in this world. But when it comes a time in life when kids, teenagers are getting on a bus and felt the need that they have the authority to kick someone off the bus, and the mega bus driver continue to drive while they kick this lady off the bus, is very appalling. It really is. It is very appalling. It is very appalling. It is a very appalling. It's very appalling. I I I I I have no words. But here it is, y'all. I found it. Hopefully it played without breaking up. But I want you guys to watch this. Hold on just a second. So y'all, that is the entire incident. I am going to play the interview that the lady did. Her name um is Kyla Thurston, and she's gonna tell you guys. First of all, what do you guys think of what you just saw? To me, if y'all really want to think about it, that's what you call a bunch of thugs. That's what you call some disrespect. I'm not putting my mouth or saying ugly things about children, but let's just call a spade what a spade is. They look like a bunch of thugs, and it and they looked like some disrespectful children that hasn't been raised properly, that don't have respect for elderly, for people that are of older than them, or none of that. They just said, well, because you asked me to shut, to stop cussing, because you shouldn't be cussing as a teenager anyway in front of grown folk, because you are a child, so you need to stay in a child's place. Um, so what you do is you be even more disrespectful and kick like all of them that was a part of this needs to be put in jail for assault. In my opinion, I press charge on each and every last one of them. One thing about it, I tell my children, it's consequences for everything you do in life, good or bad. There are consequences. When you make poor decisions, when you do things that you know you don't supposed to be doing in school or towards people, there are consequences. Um, I want you guys to listen to this lady interview with the news. She had the news lady in so many tears, like y'all. To me, that was so disrespectful for what they did to her. She didn't deserve that. All because she asked y'all to to stop all that cussing. This lady gave up her. Y'all gonna listen to it. Then we're gonna talk about it. We're gonna talk about it. Oh, she said. Oh, y'all will listen to this. Listen to this. Thank you, Charlene. I definitely make sure you guys go subscribe to Charlene. Listen to this. I want her to tell the story besides me. I don't want to tell it. I want this lady to
Okay,
tell
class,
it.
who would
Hold
like to
on a
do
minute.
problem 3 on the board? Please don't be me. Please don't be me. I know, Miss Einstein.
Good Monday, everyone. I told you last week that we would
I don't know
go
who this man
together.
is. Let me go back.
Appreciate you joining us this morning at 8 o'clock. And you saw it first right here on Fox 5. Harrowing moments on a Metro bus. A mob of people seen pushing a woman off that bus as terrified passengers looked on, all caught on camera.
Right now, the victim is standing by with our Melanie Alnweg to
she's
speak
on
exclusively with
YouTube.
Fox 5. Melanie, you're live with more on this. The video is difficult to watch. I can't imagine how that woman is feeling this morning.
Absolutely, Steve and Jeanette. The video is difficult to watch, and I'm here with Kyla Thornton, and Kyla and I were reviewing the video for a little bit. Kyla Thurston, and I know you didn't want to watch any more of it. It's really hard for you to go back and review those moments. Tell us how you're doing, right? Because that seems to be what most people are concerned about when they're responding to this.
On the mental aspect, I'm all right, but the thoughts and the trauma that I endured, in the future, I would just hope that Metro could, I guess, find some type of way of preventing this from happening to someone in the future and have more safety precautions on behalf of. I didn't seclude that many injuries, but, I wouldn't want, no one else to have to go through this. And it's emotional just thinking about it.
Yeah. What do you remember? Well, how did it all start?
I got on the bus and it was a young lady that got on with some smaller children. I got up to give her the seat. And after that, the kids were cursing. So I was just like, can you all stop the foul language? And at that point, the kids became unruly. They started being disrespectful, like saying things to me. Then next thing you know, there was objects being thrown at me. And I was just like, thank you, Lord, because throughout the whole incident, only thing I can recall was the kids hitting me and kicking me. And I had no defense.
So, right, in the video, you're saying, thank you, Lord, thank you, Lord. You're saying that to protect yourself mentally.
Right.
Yeah. And then what happened in terms of you were asking the bus driver to stop the bus?
I asked several times prior to the stop that I was getting off at to stop the bus, stop the bus, stop the bus. The bus driver made no attempts to stop the bus. He didn't alert local authorities or anything to my defense.
And so I saw in the video, it looks like at one point the bus does stop, or the doors may be open or don't open. Were you trying to get off?
I was trying to get off, but it was where the bus driver just kept on. And even after I'm yelling out the top of my lungs, stop the bus, let me off the bus, the bus driver never stopped.
And so then eventually the bus stops at another stop. Which stop was that?
That was right there out front of the IHOP on Alabama Avenue. And that's when the doors were open and I was trying to get off the bus and the kids just started assaulting me and kicking me and pushing me off the bus.
Were you hurt?
Mentally, yeah, but not physically. I got like a little bruise on my arm. My jacket's like ripped off of me.
You see, guys, there's the rip on her jacket right there.
I got a little creep in my neck from the kicking, but other than that, the Lord sustained me.
Yeah. What do you have to say about the woman who provided the video to Fox and let people know what actually happened to you?
I'm in tears about the video from hearing her because that's the only reason I came forth. Because like I said, I would want to prevent this from happening to anyone else. And I'm just going to say to that young lady, thank you for reaching out and for speaking up on behalf of me. And that's part of the reason that made me speak out, because this is untolerated. You know, it's like, you know, you got kids going to school, but the parents should be held responsible for actions like this. Like I said, I didn't want to come forth, but watching the video myself personally, it kind of like, it startled me, and I'm still startled about it.
Yeah, yeah. Would it be okay if I give you a hug?
That's fine.
Because I know so many people care about you.
And my family even was concerned about it, but like I said, I didn't want to come forth at first, but I don't fear nobody but the Lord. So, you know, it's not like I'm feeling like I'm going to be retaliated by it, because even when I spoke to my neighbor about it, my neighbor even started crying from looking at the video because it was harsh and it's unacceptable.
Okay. Hold on a second, Kyla. Our anchors have a question for you. She can't hear you, so tell me, and then I'll pass it along.
Well, you know, listen, we just wanted to ask her, because Metro obviously has said safety is paramount, right, across the system. Anytime an incident happens, safety is paramount. I'm just curious if she has any suggestions for Metro as to how people like her could feel more safe on Metro so they continue to ride.
Okay. So our anchor, Steve Chenevy, said Metro always talks about safety and safety being paramount. And do you have any suggestions for how people can feel more safe on Metro? What do you want Metro to know?
First and foremost, when I first started yelling for the bus driver's assistance as far as in letting me off the bus, I think that bus should have came to a stop. The bus driver should have alerted local authorities, or at least made sure that I was okay. It was whereas though it was nonchalant and neglect on every part on behalf of Metro. And I'm sorry to say that, but he made no attempts to even assist me, let alone get the attention from local authorities to make sure that I was all right. And then after I was thrown off the bus, it wasn't like he, you know, got out or said, well, let me call the ambulance or the police or anything. I could have been unconscious at that point.
Right. And also the fact that no other adults on the bus came to your aid.
They probably was in fear for themselves because of the amount of children that it was. They probably was scared.
So you understand that?
To a certain degree, yeah. But I mean, granted, like I said, I serve a great God. So, you know, I walked out with not too many injuries, but at the end of the day, you know, I wouldn't have wanted, if it was me, I wouldn't have wanted to step in, because then they might have assaulted that person.
The anchors have another question. Hold on just a second. Go ahead.
Now,
Go ahead.
I'm curious, is there anything she's going to do differently moving forward? Does she feel comfortable riding Metro again, considering the trauma, mentally even, that she's experienced?
Okay. So Jeanette wants to know if you're going to do anything differently. Are you going to continue to ride Metro considering the trauma that you've experienced?
I'm going to continue to ride Metro because, like I said, I don't fear nobody but God. But in the future, I will hope that, you know, Metro will inline some type of safety precautions to prevent these type of incidents from happening. If it's no more than limited how many children was on the bus, because that crowd, at any degree, the bus driver wouldn't have no control over that crowd. So if they would limit the amount of children that's on the bus at that particular time, I mean, I know it's after school hours, but you got to worry about other people's safety as far as in, even if I had smaller kids trying to get on the bus, it was whereas, you know, the bus was too crowded.
Well, thank you very much for your time this morning. I really do appreciate your bravery in coming forward and letting people know what happened to you, and certainly keep us posted on the investigation. I know she's now reached out to Metro Transit Police and will be speaking with an investigator later today. Okay. Thank you so much.
No problem.
All right, we'll send it back to you guys.
Mel, thank you for that. And of course, we'll keep our viewers posted if we hear from Metro in response to this troubling incident.
Thank you guys. Welcome in everybody that has entered the chat. So not only did they stomp her, not only did they kick her off the bus, they moved her. They basically could have killed her because of the simple fact that the bus was still moving. The driver didn't even stop. Like no regards for a human, no regard at all. Like yes, she needs to sue. Yes, they need to find out who all those children are that assisted with doing assaulting her, because that's assault in my opinion, and put them in jail, give them charges, and they need to fire the driver or write them up or some and some, because this is ridiculous. This lady got bruises and stuff and they thought that was funny. The crazy thing about it, they thought this was funny to kick a lady off a bus, and she was nice enough. This got me hot. She was nice enough to give up her seat for a mother and her children, and they're sitting on the bus. Oh my God! I know Jesus. Exactly. I agree, Chris. I agree. I agree. Um, but these children needs to be held accountable. They shouldn't be able to get away with doing this to this lady just because she asked them to stop cursing and being disrespectful. That's, in a person of her stature, or a person that is um she's just a young, a older person that wants to be respected. And that's the respectful way of doing things, is asking, could y'all please stop with all that cursing? So instead of y'all being respectful and doing what your elder say, oh, you say, well, you ain't my mama, you won't tell me what to do. So what you do is, let's just kick her off the bus. You know what I'm saying? Thank God she had faith. God covered her. She's right. God covered her. Cause she said the entire time this was going on, y'all heard her yelling, right? She was yelling, "Thank you, God, thank you, God," cause she knew God was going to cover her in this situation. Don't we serve a powerful God? Um, God covered her. Most people that is kicked, like have been thrown from a vehicle or a bus, usually have like like are more have more scars and stuff like that. But she said she's still gonna get on the bus, and she's still going, and because she don't fear no one but God. And then the crazy thing about it, the concern, yeah. So the concerned bystander said it hurts that she couldn't step in. That's true, because they would have probably kicked her off the bus too. And no one called the police or anything like that. They just thank God for the bystander recording it and putting it out there. But it could have been more done in that incident. And I just want to say that, thank God covered her. God covered her. He put his arms of protection around her, and she is good. She may be a little traumatized. She may be not a little. She may be traumatized. She may have a bruise. She may have a ripped shirt, but she still got her life, and that what matters the most. And those children, I hope that you are listening, and I hope that you know that. I hope that your faces be shown and known, so you can be held accountable for what you did. Because what you did is not acceptable. You don't do that to people that is your elder. I don't know what has gotten into these kids in this society to think that it's okay. They have no regard for life. They have no they feel as though like we have to do better with raising our children. If you're having children young, raise your children right. Just because you have them young doesn't mean that, hey, oh, let me teach my kids to be disrespectful. Be more of an example for your children. If we got to go back in the olden days, let's go back to the olden days where if like if you see my child doing wrong, then you get them, and then I get them when we get home. I kind of want to go back to that because I used to feel some type of way when people used to get on my children, but now as I think about it, that's what they need. They need it does take we do need that village like we used to have, because um that village is what got us, the ones that are raised properly, the ones that know that respect other people and know how to come in, get into society and act accordingly. We know how to act. So it just we have to do better with raising our children, and that's just point blank period. We have to do better because this should have never happened. Not some teenagers throwing a person of elder out of a moving metro bus, and the bus driver didn't stop, didn't care, didn't check, didn't care. I guess he was scared for his life too. This probably was gonna be his excuse. I was scared I was gonna drop if I stopped the bus, they were gonna put me off the bus too. Watch, that gonna be his excuse. But it still shouldn't be. He still should have called the local authorities, stopped the bus, kicked the kids off the bus, and checked on her. Um, yeah, they will, and it's sad. Hey, Jessica, how you doing on today? How's your son? Um, but y'all, let's just do better. Let's do better with um letting our kids know that to be respectful of people. Be um if someone asks them to stop with the disrespectful language, they should stop with the disrespectful language. I know some people say, well, if you ain't a mama, if you ain't got to respect nobody, what's wrong with being respectful? Like, what's wrong now with being respectful of someone of stature or someone that is your elder? What's wrong with being respectful? Um, we have gotten from that for somehow and just feel like teenagers are on the same level as an adult, and they're not. And I feel the same, Reese Cup. I feel the same. You're right, Miss Janie. As I'm thinking about it, that is true. Yeah, it does. It does start at home. That's why I say, we need to go back to where it was in the back in the day when we were growing up. Well, you know what I'm saying? Spoil the rod, spoil the child. Spare the rod, spoil the child. I like. I feel like myself. I'm a little bit too easy on mines, but mines know I'm a little bit touched, and they know how far to go. But because they already know that when it's time to put down the law gonna be put down. Um, One thing about it, my kids, when like I don't try to argue back and forth with teachers. I believe the teacher. If they say my child undid something, I believe the teacher, and I correct my child. Um, and we don't have those problems no more. My daughter, let me say this, my daughter, she was acting up at the beginning of this school year, and she was getting on bad colors, talking back, saying mean things to kids, and was being kind of disrespectful to the teacher. She came home on too many bad colors, baby. I had to say, girl, we're gonna have to nip this in the bud. So I had to get that belt. I told her, every time you come home on a bad color, every time I hear you say something disrespectful to a child or a kid that is mean, you're gonna get that butt toe up. And child, we stopped that in a week. Surely did. Cause baby, I wasn't playing about that. I don't send you to school to act no fool. I send you to school to learn something. And that's what you say, yes, ma'am, and no, ma'am, and yes, sir, and no, sir, and do what I ask you, them teachers ask you to do. And that's just who I am. And that's how I was raised. So, um, but yeah, y'all, like this is embarrassing. I'll be, as a parent, I will be embarrassed to know my child was a part of being disrespectful to Miss Kyla. Um, um, I would be embarrassed. I would apologize to her. I would actually. I don't know, man. I would have to go beside my teenager head, and that's just straight up. Me and them, they had to get these bowls, um, because you could have caused someone to lose their life. And that woman would have lost her life. Y'all would have been held responsible for it, because who gives you the right to say who can ride and not ride the bus? This lady wasn't speaking you guys disrespectful. She wasn't throwing anything at you. She wasn't cussing at you. She wasn't using profane language at you. Um, so um, as if that lady would have lost her life, y'all would have been responsible. All because you didn't want nobody to tell you what to do. Y'all, let's just pray for the people of these children of the next generation. Um, we have to find some kids. We're gonna have to start getting, putting down a little more law on the kids. Let them know that let them know that whatever they're doing and like disrespectful is not okay. So y'all, I'm about to move on to the next story. So I want to bring this young lady picture up. Her name is Raelynn Cameron. Y'all, I'm gonna pull her picture up on the screen, and we're gonna talk about her. She was a beautiful young lady that has lost her life in an abandoned, let's see here. Yes. I'll say this. I have told my baby girl, gone in the room. You need to go on up in the room somewhere, because I let my kids like be in their own personal space around other children. I really try my best to do that. Cause you knew you gonna get it when you get home, child. You knew you were gonna get it when you get home. Exactly. Excuse me, y'all. So I'm gonna pull her picture up on the screen, y'all, and I'm gonna present to you guys the story of this young lady. Her name is Raelynn Cameron. She was an She was 17 years old. She was a week or two before her 18th birthday. She was an inspiring dancer, and y'all, she lost her life. Um, I'm gonna take myself off the screen, and I'm gonna let me show y'all the pictures of her, and then I'm gonna read to you guys her story. Um, she was a beautiful young lady. And it's unfortunate that she, you know, lost her life in such an unfortunate way. At first, the police did think that this was a accidental death. I'm just gonna pull her picture up, guys. The police at first did think that this was an accidental death, but it came out to be something totally different. Um, and I don't know. It sounds like it could be a setup from her own cousin. I'm gonna tell y'all something. Family. Sometimes, hell, you know what I'm saying. You know, you see your family out there struggling, and you know you try to help them out. But sometimes, y'all, let me just be real. Family ain't shit either. Sometimes family do you dirty too. I want to be real with that, and I'm gonna tell my kids the same thing. Sometimes you have to separate you from your family, love them from a distance. But if you ain't on the same level as me and we ain't doing the same things, you still out here on these streets, about ain't about your being nothing no more than what you at, then shit, I can't fuck with you. Excuse my language, y'all. I'm telling you, this probably done made me mad. Excuse me, y'all. My head hurt. Um, let me read this story to you guys. Let me give y'all this story, y'all. But I just want to say this. Sometimes family family can be people in your family can be envious of you and what you have and all that, and consider, or your home girl, or people can be envious of you just because of where you at in life, that they'll cause your own demise, and that's just jacked up. So so y'all, let me just say this. um So it says here, a 17-year-old girl was killed in a possible accidental shooting in an empty Brooklyn apartment. Police and law enforcement sources said. It says here, Raelynn Cameron was spotted just before 11 p.m. on Monday in the atrium of the East New York building of Elder Lane near Dumont Avenue with a gunshot wound to the chest. It says here she may have been hanging out with a group of people when someone accidentally fired a gun, fatally wounding her. Officer said. This is what they possibly said could have happened. It says here the Raylan's brother, who is 25 years old, called the emergency services and told investigators he had received a SOS message from his sister Raelynn, and containing the her details and where she's at, and he called law enforcement. It says here the brother said that he rushed to the scene of the crime, not knowing what had happened to his sister. And it says here that two women also called ambulance and the police, and amid the chaos, and reported the teenager had been shot at the apartment but did not provide details of the shooter. And it says here, according to sources, investigators found blood stains on a sofa in a living room of an empty sixth-floor apartment, a 9mm grenade in the kitchen, a trail of blood that led to the elevator and the hallway on the sixth floor. Security footage shows two men carrying Cameron up the elevator into the main lobby where they waited for emergency services. A building security guard who saw the shot teenager in the lobby called in 911. And it says here that Cameron was taken to the Brookdale University hospital where she was to pronounce dead. Um, yes, they did move her. Um, so this young lady lost her life, and I'm gonna read a little bit further for you guys to get a little more understanding. It says here she lost her life days before her 18th birthday. They said here that she was caught in between bettering her life and trying not to give up on her adopted cousin and bring her up with her at the same time. It says here that allegedly Cameron was set up by her 25-year-old adopted cousin. The cousin had invited Raelynn to a party. Never mind. I'm gonna just be quiet on that. When she arrived to this party, it was inside of a vacant apartment. So my first thing is, how did these kids get into this vacant apartment? Who got access to a vacant apartment? Like, why y'all in an apartment where ain't no? Why y'all in an apartment that is vacant and got nothing but a couch in it? That sounds like something ain't right with that. It says a vacant apartment full of dudes. It says here about the brother in the text message and asking for help. And when he got there, Raelynn was shot in the chest and rolled up inside a carpet and dragged into the lobby of the complex of the apartment. See, the police didn't say all this in their little initial investigation. Excuse me. At first, they stated that this could have been an accident, but have now changed this to an open homicide. And guess what, y'all? No one is currently charged in Raelynn's death. No one. Nobody knows nothing. Nobody. Nobody knows nothing in this girl's death. Hold on, let me tell you. Nobody knows nothing. So let's listen here, y'all. Let's listen.
She was my world.
To her mama.
She was love. Another mother at a loss for words, grieving the death of her 17-year-old daughter, Raelynn Cameron. Police say the teen was shot in the chest inside this building on Eldert Lane in East New York Monday night. Cameron was apparently hanging out with her adopted cousin who lives in the building. But sources tell Pix 11 News the shooting happened inside a vacant apartment on the 6th floor. That's where Cameron was found. Cameron's older brother tells us he did get an SOS message from his sister's phone just before 11 Monday night.
I called the person she said she was with. And then after that person's like, she was never with me. I just Ubered right away, called the cops. And by the time I got there, it was a whole scene like already organized. I just saw a pile of blood and knew something happened.
At the scene, police have surveillance video of Cameron's final hours. Sources say several people were inside the apartment, but no one is talking or answering any questions.
I just want the truth. I want justice. If it's an accident, what was?
Okay, let's listen in. Let's look at this. Hold on. All right, go to bed. Cut off your light and go to bed. So this is some more pictures of her.
She was my world. She was love. Another mother at a loss for words.
The building shows a trail of blood leading to the 6th floor
Here you go.
of the lobby area.
That's a known spot for kids going in there. And she probably not the first one, but she the only one that died yesterday. Cameron's mother, Cassandra Adams,
Hold on,
says her daughter was a good person.
Hold on. I want you guys to hear this. This is the mother's interview that y'all didn't get to hear. Um, so this all was so basically Raelynn supposed to have been over the 24-year-old adopted cousin house, and she ended up in a vacant apartment with a bunch of dudes. So what's really going on? And ain't nobody talking?
Building shows a trail of blood leading to the 6th floor from the lobby area.
And that's a known spot for kids going in there. And she probably not the first one, but she the only one that died yesterday.
Cameron's mother, Cassandra Adams, says her daughter was a good person, always trying to help her adopted cousin stay out of trouble.
But she went there to help that girl. We have the Snapchats, the social media don't lie.
Family is praying she does not die in vain and that someone comes forward with some answers.
The building shows a trail of blood leading to the 6th floor from the lobby area.
And that's a known spot for kids going in there. And she probably not the first one, but she the only one that died yesterday.
Cameron's mother, Cassandra Adams, says her daughter was a good person, always trying to help her adopted cousin stay out of trouble.
But she went there to help that girl. We have the Snapchats, the social media don't lie.
Family is praying she does not die in vain and that someone comes forward with some answers.
So I heard where the mother said that she went over there to help the cousin, the adoptive cousin. So I'm wondering, it could possibly be a setup or something, or because she said that it shouldn't be no children in a vacant apartment. That's just crazy. That's crazy. And then for her, she said the mom said that the girl was talking to the cousin on Snapchat. And see, they can pull all those Snapchats. I hope they know that they can pull up all those, even though those Snapchats can be deleted on on the Snapchat app, but they are not gone. They are not gone. Like, they can get Snapchat, you can retrieve all those messages that you think is gone and deleted. All those messages are still there. They're just deleted from the conversation, but they're not deleted from Snapchat, the system, when when the police ask get an affidavit requesting to get that Snapchat conversation. So it could be the cousin's gonna be the first one that's investigated. Trust me when I say that. She's gonna be the first one to investigate it, because they're gonna want to know why did the cousin ask her to come over there. So Snapchat, that, you know what I'm saying, the conversation may be deleted from the Snapchat conversation from your phone and from my phone, but it ain't deleted from Snapchat, the system. So that's where they're gonna start at. And I hope that she gets justice soon, because what happened to her is not cool. It's not. And people, we got to stop being so envious of one another. This girl she was like an aspiring dancer, wanted to be something, probably wanted to go to school to dance and go to a HBCU, a historical black college. You never know. Um, and y'all took that opportunity from her. Listen to this when it first happened, guys. I'm gonna pull this up. No, not from what I researched. It didn't say that the adopted cousin shot her. From what I read and understood is that the young man that was trying to holler at her and give and make advances towards her, she wouldn't accept his advances. So he said, "Fuck that bitch," and just shot her. So now we to the fact now in life, well, if a man don't want you, if you don't want to accept this man advances, oh, I just kill you because somebody don't want your ass. Come on now.
News this morning out of East New York, where a 17-year-old girl is now dead after she was shot inside an apartment complex overnight.
News 12's Jericho Tran is on Elder Lane with the latest on the investigation. What do we know at this hour, Jericho?
Well, at this hour, we know that that girl's name is Raelynn Cameron. She is from Far Rockaway, Queens, but it is still unclear what she was doing here in East New York. Now, police tell us that they are questioning the teenagers who were in the apartment when Raelynn was shot, but at this hour, they do not have any suspects. I want to give you a closer look now at the scene here on the ground. It looks like police have wrapped up their investigation here. They were further inside of this building in the lobby. That is where they found Raelynn Cameron's body. But they tell us the blood trailed all the way up to the 6th floor. Take a look at this Citizen app video showing the scene from last night around 11 p.m. when Cameron's body was found here at 790 Elder Lane. Police tell us Cameron was shot in the chest and found in the lobby here, but the trail of blood leads to that 6th floor. You can see EMS crews lining the outside of the building. We're told those first responders drove Cameron to Brookdale Hospital where she died. Again, according to police, the 17-year-old lived in Queens, and at this hour, we still are not sure exactly what she was doing inside this building. This tragic passing comes as shooting victims in this part of Brooklyn are up 2.9% year to date. Shooting incidents, however, are down 4.3%. Now, once again, police do tell us that they are questioning the teenagers that were in the apartment that Cameron was shot in, but they still do not have any suspects, and we don't know what led up to this tragic shooting. In East New York, Jericho Tran, News.
So y'all, let me so an article did come out, y'all, and I do want to give you guys the updated information about the mother did an interview yesterday, and more information came out about what actually happened. Um let me look here. Um Hold on just a second. Hold on just a second. So it says here that the mom of the gunned down New York City teen says daughter was murdered for rejecting a boy's advances. Listen, it says here that Raylan's mother um said that Wednesday that her daughter's death was not a accidental death. It says here that she was murdered in a love gone wrong tragedy. Raylan's mother, Cassandra Adams, told News her daughter, Raelynn Cameron, who was found with a gunshot wound to the chest, in the lobby of East New York building Monday night was dumped there like a bag of garbage for rejecting a boy's advances. This is the mother said, "Oh my God, that's where my daughter was murdered." Adams cried out in an Uber as he drove by the building Wednesday on her way to speak with detectives. She was murdered right here there on the 6th floor of apartment 6R. It was no accidental shooting. See, at first the cops did say that it was accidental, and like we know, there is a investigation. Still no arrests have been made. Um, Her mother did say that she does have an idea who the alleged killer was claiming the shooter pointed the gun right at her and said, "Fuck that bitch," as he pulled the trigger, just because she wouldn't get with him. Says here that the mother states she was fatally wounded when they put her in the hallway like a bag of garbage. She was dead already when they put her out there. And it says here, surveillance footage do show two men carrying the girl into the elevator and into the front lobby. So it says here that her daughter was a freshman at Medgar Evers College. So this girl was a college student. She graduated early. She had graduated early from high school in the gifted and talented program and was to celebrate her 18th birthday on tomorrow, the 20th. So the mom said, instead of a birthday dinner, I'm having a funeral. I'm staying strong until I get justice for my daughter. This is what it says here. This is what I got. Um, that is so sad. It's just the apartment, Reese, that was abandoned. Um, they haven't arrested anyone. Somebody has to speak against someone. They're gonna come from the cut for the cousin. She is the number one person that they're going to be riding on. I just have that strong feeling that that's who they're going to be riding on to talk. But this was a senseless act. This was so senseless. If this is because she wouldn't give nobody no play, that's sick. If you wouldn't give nobody no play, you mad because this girl wouldn't give you no play? You mad because this girl wouldn't give you any play because she didn't want to have sex or whatever with you. So you decide to take her life. It's a cold world we live in, y'all. It's a cold world we live in. Um, be careful who you are around. Be careful who you call friend. Be careful who you call family. Be careful who you align yourself with. People will set you up for the kill when they know you got something good going on. This girl had a lot going for herself. And it's so unfortunate that she lost her life the way that she did. All because of some dude that was allegedly some dude that just wanted some play. Exactly. He wanted some play, and she didn't want to give it up. She had a lot going for herself. Uh-oh. She had a lot. She had a lot going for herself. She didn't have to succumb. She didn't want to be with, she didn't want to. She was at a certain level in life. He probably was just some random that didn't have nothing good going. And she was a beautiful girl. Y'all, talk to y'all children about who they surround themselves with. And this is for both stories. Talk to your children about who they call friends and talk to your children about consequences and making the right decisions. Just because such and such do it and get away with it, don't mean you can do. You supposed to do it. And just because such and such them disrespect folk, don't mean that you should disrespect folks. Raise your children right. Raise your children to be respectful children, hardworking. Know that ain't nothing in this life given. We have to work hard for everything. Um, honestly, like we have to get our society in a better place. I definitely want to say we definitely need to get our society in a better place to where things like this don't happen just because you can't get no play, so you want to take somebody's life. Do you know just because you can't get no play and you say F that B and you shoot her in the chest, allegedly, you have made the choice of committing murder. And your consequence will be you behind bars for the rest of your life. You will not get away with this. Um, talk to your children. Let's talk to our children about being around the right kind of people, and teach your children. Because my mom always told us this: don't be easily influenced about what other people doing. Don't be influenced. Be your own. Be a leader. You be a leader. I do what is right. Be a leader, not a follower. That's all that I have for tonight, y'all. Um, please make sure you hit the like button on the way out. If you're watching on Facebook, thank you. If you're watching on YouTube, thank you. Um, I don't went blank. If you're new to the channel, subscribe, please. Like the page on Facebook or follow the page on Facebook. If you want to be a member, be a member. If you want to contact me, I'm gonna put my contact information on the screen. Um, if you want to cash out me you want to give to the platform, there is the uh hashtag right there. That's all that I have for tonight, y'all. I'll be live. I'll say I don't know if I'm gonna be live Friday. I'll try to be live on tomorrow or Saturday. Friday, my kids have an event at school, and we have to get up and be out the house by 8 o'clock Saturday morning for Jamel football game. So I'll try to be live on tomorrow or Saturday. Make sure you guys have a good night, and I'll see you guys in the morning. I'll see y'all guys maybe Thursday or Saturday. Peace.